Hello, America, and curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, bringing you the Game 1 of the championship final at the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by doubletakeout.com. We're live from the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club in State Line, Nevada. It's been a great tournament so far, and it comes down to this. Undefeated Team Asis is facing Team Feldman, who has a 4-1 record. Because of how our playoffs are set up, you had to have 2 losses before you could have been eliminated from playoff contention. So Katie Feldman has the broom down, and it looks like Amy Putnam is set, and we are underway here. However, because Asis does have the undefeated record, Feldman has to beat Asis twice to claim the championship. All Asis has to do is win one of potentially 2 games to claim the title and win a berth at the 2024 Arena Nationals taking place later this fall in Wisconsin. So that rock slips into the house. And so Skip Jennifer Asis has the broom down for hits. As lead Jacqueline Hitlars throws the stone. Sweepers jump on it. And the hit is made, and that looks to be a center guard. As I've been mentioning throughout the event, the relatively new no-tick rule is in effect. For the first 5 rocks at the end, a stone that's on the center line cannot be dislodged from the center line of the guard zone. If the opposing team does that, the offending rock is removed and the original rock is reset. As this rock's a little hot, it's going to go through the house out of play. So rocks in play, we're underway. So glad to have you with us. As we continue through the game, I'll be providing some additional information about the teams. Also kind of recapping the teams' journey to this championship final as Jacqueline throws her second stone. We had 6 teams into the field, and with the number of players that we had, number of teams that we had, we were able to do a full round robin over the course of 8 draws. And that was also a little bit heavy. It looks like maybe the speed is kind of fooling the players early in this championship game. As we see second Melissa McGuire throw her first. Scissors are off. So we were able to do a full round robin. Each team played 5 games. And at the end of it all, as I mentioned, Asis was through undefeated, including defeating Katie Feldman in a very close fought game. The final was 5-4, and the score is tied going into the final ends. And Asis had the hammer and was able to convert. As we see Julie Wolf playing second in this game. As I talked about before, Asis is playing as a 5-woman squad, and it's not quite the same as having a 5th, where the 5th would come in case there's an illness or an emergency, where a player can't continue and they step in. After talking to some of the players on Asis, they kind of know in advance what the lineup is going to be. So it looks like McGuire is about to throw her second stone. And so this lineup we have Julie Wolf, and It looks like with Asis sitting 2, Feldman was going to try to hit one of the blues, but it ends up going wide. So now Asis holds an advantage very early in this game. And I think looking to draw around perhaps the blue on the left from this view. This is it took a right turn there. And then it straightened out. And it looks like it picked because it dove, and then it started going back the other way. So that was a picked rock, but it ended up in a not bad position. Let's see if we can see that again. Okay, no, not really. So for Feldman, we have Leanne Shearing throwing her first. This is over curling 2. It might get a piece. It just kisses it. So Feldman was the only team in the field that had a 4-2 record. And sorry, a 4-1 record. And they had to win their last game last night to punch their ticket to this game, and they were playing Team Malia, and Team Malia gave it all that they could, and it was very close, but Feldman emerged the winner and was able to be here in this morning's champion final. And once again, if Asis wins this game, there is not going to be a game 2. If Feldman wins, there will be a game 2 at about 12:20. And so now there's 4 Asis Blues. So for Asis win 1, they're done. For Feldman win 2, you're through to the Arena Nationals. So there's 4 blues, but there's pockets, and so Feldman's going to take advantage of that. Looks like he's going to over curl and just get one of the blues out. But that red ended up in a pretty good position considering how Feldman's end is playing. It freezes, it looks like it froze on top. There is a slight separation, about 4 inches, looking at the overhead camera in the warm room. The first rock coming from Melissa Wheeler, maybe the second rock. So looking to draw, it looks like, but this is coming in a little hot. It might sit down. It will not. So I've also mentioned that we're at Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. It's a great facility, a great warm room, great culture. If you have a chance to visit, I would personally recommend it. It is 2 sheets though. So it does make it hard to run a competition with a lot of teams. And so last year when we were in Oakland, we ran the men's and the women's at the same time. We can't do that here. So we've opted, with the thanks to Lake Tahoe, run the women's draw this weekend, and then the men's Playdowns will be on the weekend of August 23rd, just about a month from now. Listen, they're set up to draw as Katie Feldman throws her first here. The weather's been really great for a lot of our clubs. We're in hot climates and able to come up to Tahoe and get some cooler temps. It did rain yesterday. And that red settles into the back 12. May provide a backstop. But otherwise, it isn't too much of a factor in this game. It is third shot, though. So Feldman is sitting second and third shot, while Asis has shot stone and the fourth and fifth rocks. And that's just based on the order of where the rocks are closest to the center, because that's how scoring is done. For the people tuning in for the first time. Also, for the people tuning in for the first time, here are the rules of curling. The spirit of curling. When you watch curling on network TV, sometimes they keep it pretty basic, and I know it hurts some curlers. I personally try to find a balance in trying to explain the action, the strategy, and also some of the basics. And right now we're about to see Jennifer Asis throw her first. She's going to draw. The energy might be going a little wide, but she kind of stayed on line, it looked like. So they were just planning, now they're off. This is carrying, this might make contact on the red in the back. And actually it parked really nicely and settles in just above the button in the forefoot. So pretty good shot. And for Feldman, facing two Asis blues, they could be looking at the strategy here. It's very early in the game. Asis is in 2 right now. If Feldman gets rid of one of the blues, the most that Asis can store is 2. They could try to force Asis to 1, and I like to freeze a lot, even though it's a hard shot. If they were able to freeze on top of the blue in the forefoot, it would make it extremely hard for Asis to score more than 1. However, the risk is if you miss a shot, you're giving up 3. And it looks like Team Feldman did the math, and they are going to pop out that blue on the forefoot and be content to give up an opening 2 to Team Asis. So they said hack weight. Use the curl. They're trying to coax it over. It isn't going to make any contact. It kisses it. Oh, goodness. That was close. And then also there's some sweeping coordination. Only one sweeper per team can sweep behind the tee line. And so Melissa was looking to see if she could jump onto her blue, to jump onto the opponent's blue to try and coach it further through the house. There was a bit of hesitation, but I don't know if it would have gone much further than where it ended up. And so now Asis is sitting 2, and all Jennifer has to do is throw the same shot, and it will be an opening score of 3 for Asis. Looks pretty good, very much like the first shots, which is a good sign for hoping to have a similar outcome. So this is looking pretty good. It whips off of the blue in the top and settles in back button. So that is an opening score, 3-4 Team Asis. Team Feldman will have the hammer when we come back to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by doubletakeout.com. And speaking of doubletakeout.com, Visitors to the site can check out the latest stats and rankings from around the world as compiled and processed by proprietor Ken Pomeroy. Throughout the competitive curling season, Ken Pom updates the rankings using his analytics and algorithms, I suppose. He also offers his insights about what he sees in the competitive curling world. That's all at doubletakeout.com. So we are updating scores at bonspieler.com. You can visit bonspieler.com and also see the results from all of the games throughout the tournaments and standings, and also the draw shot challenge. It's kind of funny that the draw shot challenge, I think the rankings of the draw shot challenge mirrored that of the rankings of the overall standings. So I'm going to step away for a second from the broadcast, so hopefully you can watch the Roxon play while I update Bonspieler, because I am multitasking today. But doubletakeout.com is really, doubletakeout.com, bonspieler.com is a very useful website that really helps us keep track of all the ins and outs. You can see the line score, you can see how the game unfolded. It's not quite as good as the live stream, even with me talking all the time. But we're happy to provide multiple resources. And so we got the live stream, we got Bonspieler, and we also share information on the Facebook page. Looks like a pretty interesting setup. Feldman had a corner guard. So some people on the YouTube noted that the live stream schedule was off. My explanation for that is that the computer that I use to set up the stream is in Mountain Time, and so that's an hour ahead of where we are in Pacific Time. So I apologize for that, but you guys found it. I'm so glad you guys tuned in, and it should be a good opening by Asis. Let's see if Feldman can respond. So Team Asis is hailed from the Silicon Valley Curling Club, while Team Feldman is from wine country. These are the two. They're the long-time top teams. They were the top teams this weekend, of course. They both have nationals experience under their belts, and whichever team wins should be a suitable champion from our region to test their mettle against the top arena club teams from around the country. Again, the arena nationals is set for, I believe, October. I'm multitasking, folks. I apologize for the silence from my end, but I'm back. And let's see if Feldman can come back from giving up 3 in the first ends. They have the hammer, and looks like they're trying to secure shot position. But Ace is sitting 2 in the forefoot as Julie Wolf gets sets. I believe looking for a draw or looking to draw on top of the pile. Said it was a bit heavy, so it looks like it might be coming to the pile. This could end up maybe being a bit of a miss, and it was. It does jostle the rots around, so Asis may be able to take advantage of that later in this end, but it does push the Feldman red closer to the button, and looking at the overhead, it looks to be too close to call to see who might be shot. It looks like maybe a little Feldman from this warm room position. And so it looks like they want to put the rock in the pockets as a possible plan B. So earlier I mentioned arena clubs, and to participate in this event you have to be a participant in a arena club. However, the teams this year do not have to come from the same club. It is possible for players from different clubs to come together and play on the same team, provided that they're from the same region. And that actually happened with one team, one of the top teams of the field, Team Ewers. 2 of the players hailed from Orange County, 1 from wine country up in Northern California, and 1 from oval curling of Utah. And they were just outside of making the playoffs for a second place game. So Broom is down. I think looking to make a play on those reds. I think this also just to open things up, because I think I don't think they're going to get both of those reds out. Jennifer's calling for a sweep. And let's see if they got 1, and they hit the red on the red, and it jams on the blue. So both of the reds stick around, but they are now accessible. And Feldman is sitting 2, while Asis has 3 around. So it looks like that Feldman's going to ask Leanne Shearing to put another one in the pile. And I've deployed this strategy before, where you just kind of keep loading them in and really challenging Asis to get rid of them all, because it's really hard to get rid of them all. So it looks like it's a little hot, perhaps, and it's going to actually hit the red shot rock and push that to the back 4. So there's not a cluster necessarily anymore. There's a pocket, and so Asis might want to take on the double. There is the reds are in a position where if they're hit certain ways, they could jam on the blues. So this could be a very tricky shot for Jennifer. So I think maybe they want to just take on the 1 red that Asis has the broom on, and maybe set something up for later in the next. Or her 2 shots. We're almost at skip stones already. Looking for control weights as Wheeler gets set in the hack. Control weights. Pretty smooth release. Might be a little wide though. see if it comes back. Julie jumps on it. And it gets them both moving. And that was a great shot there from Julie. Might be a little wide though. Let's see if it comes back. Julie jumps on it. And it gets them both moving. And that was a great shot there from... That was a great shot from Julie, as Old B said. And so we went from Feldman to sitting 3 to sitting just 1. And it looks like Feldman's asking Leanne to throw control 2, I think, into the pocket on the left side. Supers are called off. Needs to curl a little bit more. Feldman's looking to hit that pocket on the right side from this view as Leanne stood up. Oh, what a great shot there too. I would like to see that one again. Supers are called off. Needs to curl a little bit more. Feldman's looking to hit that pocket on the right side from this view as Leanne stood up. Oh, what a great shot there too. So we are to skip stones. Looks like they're going to pop out that Feldman shot stone as Jacqueline Pitlars has the broom down. Jacqueline throws lead, but is vice on the ring. This is Jennifer's first throw. Again, just take out weight here. Does pop out that Feldman shot stone. And so right now, looking around the rings, as Feldman takes a look as well, Asis is sitting definitely 2. Maybe 3. The red and the blue around the 8-foot edge on the right. It might be too close to call. They might have to put a stick on it. It looks like Feldman's looking to perhaps hit and roll under cover. For all the back and forth and for all the swings, Asis has definitely got her squad into a very good position. And Feldman's looking for a way to secure multiple points and really answer Asis's opening volley from the first round. So the broom's down. Looks like about half weight. First. It's over curling, and actually this might not have been a bad outcome. Gets rid of the stone that they were looking to get rid of. It punches one of the other blues to the left, and Feldman's been shot to the point where Asis is probably going to have to make a play on it as they look at the angles and the rock positions. So they're looking to just punch that red out, be sitting 2. Yeah, be sitting 2 if they stick around, maybe 3. As Jennifer makes her way down the ice. Looking for a lot of weight here from Jennifer Asis. Her last without the hammer in the second. So sweepers are called off, maybe. Oh no, it went sideways again. Or was that the shot? I don't think that was a shot. So just very unusual there. I'm going to ask the warm room really quickly. So talking to the warm room, the consensus is that the rock did indeed kick as it veered sideways. So that was going to be my guess. And unfortunately, very unlucky because it opens things up, leaving Feldman sitting 2 and a draw for 3. And so, curling, being a game of sportsmanship, we have the spirit of curling. You want to win the right way, as you want both teams to give it their all. And sometimes like bad luck happens. But Feldman is hopefully going to be able to take advantage of it. Looking for a draw for 3. This is coasting a little bit. It needs to sit down. And it looks like it will. So 2 definitely, and they're kicking the rocks. One of the ice officials was about to go on the ice, ready to rock. So I'll wait to see what they post, but Feldman definitely got 2 out of that. And I'm going to pause for a hydration break, and I'll be right back when we return to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Back to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. When it was all said and done, both teams agreed that Feldman scored 2, but it definitely does help Feldman get back into this game. Rocks in play as we are underway here in the third ends. updating bondspealer.com as we speak. And looking at the setup, we have a center guard for Feldman, not on the center line. So the no-tip rule does not apply, as we see Amy Putnam throw her second stone. And Amy started curling in August of 2022 after her husband bought her curling shoes. And that was a response to Amy saying, "I'm really glad you like curling, but we never see each other anymore." So curling for just about 2 years, and has a really good draw there. She loves Doritos, flamingos, and being on the water, frozen or thawed. This is Jacqueline Pitlar's second. Jacqueline's been curling for 2 years, again playing lead vice. She's, the Asis squad, most of the players, that's a good hit there. It's going to roll and jam on the back and spin back, maybe to grab a piece of the back of the 12-foot. So Jacqueline and a lot of her squad was runner-up at the Arena Playdowns last year in Oakland, and then they went to Arena Nationals and finished with silver. And she was also on the 2022 squad that went to Nationals and finished in 4th place. As we see Melissa McGuire's first rocket come down the way. Looks like they're just cleaning. It's going to end up going under the cover that was just placed. And that was a good draw around to the point where Jennifer Asis is just going to peel the guard, looking for Julie Wolf to do the honors. Julie has been curling for 9.5 years. Being on the squad that went to Nationals. She was also a vice for a squad that competed at the 2020 U.S. Women's Curling Association National Boss Field, and also was played second in 2020. And that guard is gone. So it looks like Feldman wants Melissa to put the guard back up. Melissa started playing in 2018. She has 2 bronze medals from the Arena Nationals, but what she really wants is a gold medal. So, watch out. Watch out, boy, choo-choo. That's the song. I can't sing it because of copyright, and also people don't want me to sing for some reason. So that does cover the shot stone. It does, I think, set up a potential run back. Julie could double these reds out. As she gets set. Calling for sweep. And called off. This is going to just go wide. It over curls. So Feldman is looking at possibilities. So she's in a position to steal. She could put another guard up, and that would force Asis, I think, to maybe change her strategy. And it looks like Feldman is asking Leanne to draw to the left side from this view. And that would split the rings. And it would also make it harder for Asis to draw on top of that shot stone. So they were hoping to touch paint, and that's kind of the I think the downside of that shot call is that they wanted it to count, and so Asis would have to worry about it. Asis doesn't really have to worry about it, and so she's going to try the same shot again as Melissa Wheeler gets sets. Melissa Wheeler playing third in this game, calling for sweep, and so when a team has a second chance to make the same shot, they often make it. And this looks really close. You get one, get the second one, they both go away. And a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Feldman is ready to go, so I'm going to, no time for the replay, as Leanne gets set and delivers. Leanne attended the Learn to Curl in 2019 and has been hooked ever since. She has proudly represented one country curling at Arena Nationals, U.S. Women's Curling Association Nationals, MoPac 5 and under, MoPac Seniors, and MoPac Mixed Doubles. She makes the hits, so second time's the charm for Shearing. So Wheeler is going to make a play on the red, now shot stone. It's a pretty open house, although there is that blue binder on the edge of the 12-foot. Calling for sweep. Line looks pretty good. I was worried about it over curling, but it looks like they got the right weight. And they do punch out that red. So Ace is sitting 2, I believe. It's hard to tell. Because it looks like from our view, it looks like the very edge of the stone might be touching the paint, but yeah. And it's also the left and right edges of the sheets are cut off from the overhead camera, so we can't even use that as a point of reference. So they're looking to hit, and I believe maybe roll under the red corner that's on the left as Feldman gets sets. So I guess we'll see what happens if there's a possible blanking. Asis might be ignoring it. They're looking to get undercover, doesn't quite get there. So that was close. As the Asis squad cleans the draw path and gets sets. It's a pretty easy shot call for Jennifer. Just get rid of the blue. Sorry, get rid of the red. And then I just look to see where to maybe roll. They might be playing as if that blue is out, because I think they're looking to nose hits and maybe roll. I think they're looking to maybe roll undercover, but it's nose hits. And Feldman attacks gets rid of the blue again. I think it could have been a possible play, but we'll see. So they do hit on the side and roll. Pretty much back to where they were 2 stones ago. So I guess where this shot will end up is going to be the big indicator of whether or not they think that that blue is out or in touching paint. control up, they said. They're called off. And this one's going sideways too. Was that another pick? One of them's not sure necessarily. So Asis has a chance for 2, maybe 3. There is what we call a biker bar to see if that rock is in or out. But Asis has a draw for 2 here, for sure. And teams are definitely cleaning the draw path. I think because they've seen some unusual rock behavior in this game that we really haven't seen in this entire tournament. This is Jennifer Asis' last. They're sweeping it, I believe, to maybe make contact with the blue. But the weight's there too. So Shearing jumps on it, but it's going to settle into the back 8. So it's definitely 2. They're kicking it. I think they said 2. So definitely a good outcome for Team Aces, as they are marking a 2. So we're going to update scoreboards, and we'll be right back to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Welcome back. Jacqueline Pitlars is throwing her first. In the 4th end. We are playing 4-end game. Sorry, 8-end games. If we were playing a 4-end game, it'd be something else entirely. We're playing 8-end games. We're going to take a 5-minute break at the end of the 4th end because it's halftime. As Jacqueline's shot ends up biting the button, and so Amy is being asked to just punch it out. Coming up for the halftime show, we're going to have a biology lecture from Stephen Schmidt of the Nevada Wildlife Resources Department, talking about the unique ecological resources in the Lake Tahoe area. He's going to talk about it in just 5 minutes. It's a very spectacular, engaging dialogue that Schmidt will start, and it's going to be during the halftime show, only in the warm room. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see it, but trust me, it's going to be great. So, not punched it out. Amy threw a corner guard. So Jacqueline, she noted that her favorite Bonspiel experience was last year's North Hill Curling Club cross-border Bonspiel. That's up in Calgary, near Calgary, Alberta. And it looks like she's put up a center-ish guard, but it's not guarding the shot stone. So now Feldman could come in. I think she can hit and roll, but she's looking to draw in. as Putnam throws for second. Looking for a drop. Looking to get around those guards. It's tight. Don't want to crash on the blue and promote it. It does crash on the blue and rolls into the house, partially blocking the shot blue. So Asis has the broom down for Julie Wolf. Looking to, I think, hits the red in the house. Had a bit of an ad. It's curling a bunch. This could have a bad outcome. As it hits the red back onto the blue. The shot blue goes through the house, and the red that was in front of the blue rolls somewhat covered on the right wing. And so it looks like Feldman might want to try the draw again. Melissa McGuire delivers her first. Feldman likes it. Weight looks to be heavier than last time. So it's going to be interesting where it settles down. And it looks like this might be a little too hot, but it will sit down right at the very edge. So on the back line, stones have to fully cross the back line to be removed from play. And it's precisely for the scenario where it might be touching the house. It could be scoring if the end ends right now. Here's Julie's second. I gave her an extra name for some reason. So they were looking to draw. This also looks like it's carrying a little bit. It might make some action on that red in the back, but it will not. And then it looks like there's two stones that are biting the rings, because there's that blue on the left still. As McGuire gets set. Amy's called a sweep. The weight was dialed back. Now it's a matter of making sure it gets around the guards. It's around the guards, and now the issue is how far will they be able to bury it? And it looks like they got it about 40% buried. So Asis can definitely, I think, get access to it. Possibly set up a double. As Jennifer talks over the shot with Melissa. If memory serves me, Melissa has skipped competitive teams in the past, and so throughout the weekend I've definitely seen her definitely offer some of the insights. Looks like a very positive dialogue between the amongst the team. Looking for some weights. And this could crash on the guard, and it does. And so the guard goes away, and the shooter goes away. And so Feldman wants to put the guard back, and that makes total sense. And Leanne is quick out of the hatch. These games are timed, so it does make sense for the teams to move with pace. So really focusing on the line here. It's pretty close. It overcurls by a smidge and only covers about 20% of that stone, that shot stone, I believe. But it's really, they're really close to each other. As Wheeler goes through her preparations. So they get one, the red that was just put up. And so Leanne again quick out of the hat to put the guard back up. Sweepers jump on it really quickly. So once the sweepers got over the line, they were called off to let it settle in naturally. And that does look to be a solid guard. And so now we're to skip stones. And I think Asis is looking to find a way out of this jam. I think any curler that's been in the game for more than a game finds himself in an end where they are facing a lot of pressure and they have to find the escape hatch. And this is what Asis might be doing here. A lot of just kind of focus and think through the options and not to panic. The forefoot is open. And so that looks to be what Asis is doing. Feldman has a hammer, sitting 2, maybe 3. And Asis is looking to draw. And I guess the other thing that is some curling conventional wisdom is that you can't block all the paths. Or it's hard to block all the paths. I've played some games where I did not see a path to score. But it's really hard to block all the paths. So Jennifer Asis is now taking advantage of the fact that a path is open to draw to the forefoot, hopefully buried. Line's pretty good. Weight's pretty good. This is going to come down. That's a little on the heavy side. And I don't think it quite curls up enough. But it's good for shot for now. And so Feldman is going to have to make a play on it. Especially if she wants to score in this end. Room down, looking for, I believe, a heavy draw. Just to tap that blue back to the 12-foot ring. This is Feldman's first with the hammer in the fourth. They're saying about backline weights, it sounds like. Looking for curl. They said it's just heavy. Oh, and this is going to be an unfortunate miss. So now Asis can put up a guard. And they could put a coup actually. They could try to freeze. Lights the miss though. So just a bit unlucky there from Katie Feldman. Asis is last. I think looking for a guard, but anywhere. I guess you don't want to go too deep because you don't want to create a double takeout opportunity. So the freeze would be awesome, but lights the miss because you don't want to create a double. Oh, there's the curl right there. So it is going to settle into the 8-foot, and the War Room has identified the double possibility, and Feldman's going to have to take it on to have a chance to score and also to get back into this game. So weight and line are going to be crucial for this shot. As Feldman is getting ready. And her shot's away. Is it there? Might be a jam. Gets one, and they're trying to push the second. But second blue doesn't roll that far. It rolls to the edge of the 4. Going to be a steal of 1 for Asis. And so they take a 6-2 lead into the halftime break. So as they pause and refresh, we are also going to pause and refresh, and I hope you do as well. But I also hope you come right back for the second half of the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns Championship game. It's been a good one so far. Stay tuned.
Yeah, Julie. Stretch. Good job. Right? Nice report. You said good job. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Good job. Oh. It's sweet though, isn't it?
On camera.
It's on camera.
Nice. Great. Go down in history is very interesting.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the championship final, game 1 out of a possible 2 at the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Everyone had a chance to take a breath, reset, and it could be a whole new ball game here as Jacqueline Pitlars gets set to throw the first rock of the 5th end. So it's been a high scoring affair until that last end with a steal of 1. We've seen 2s and 3s primarily, and Asis has been on the positive side of those 2s and 3s, taking a 6-2 lead after 4. Teams can play 8 ends of regulation. They can choose to resign early if they feel the game's out of hand. One of the odd quirks of the game, which I enjoy, just because if a game's a blowout, who wants to watch a beat down? That's not necessarily in the spirit of curling. And so, there's not necessarily garbage time in curling, as you might see in other sports. Amy Putnam's first, making the way down the ice. And so teams can resign early. If the game is tied after 8, we will play an extra end. And because this is the final, we'll play as many extra ends as needed to resolve the situation. So that is corner guard. As Pitlars gets set, what you did not see, I saw on one of the monitors, is that teams are cleaning their rocks, players are cleaning their rocks, and it looks like Jacqueline may have removed a hair or something, debris from the bottom of her stone, and went to take it to the trash. So who knows what might be out there. This rock is a little heavy, goes through the house and over the line. Sparky. So Putnam gets set. And, when Amy isn't curling, she is saving lives and curing cancer, or spending time with her 2 small humans. And this is coming in hot. Is going to sit down. Jennifer is trying to usher it through the house, but like a recalcitrant house guest, that rock is squatting in the back bedroom. Some of these analogies don't work, folks. But man, the halftime show, the wildlife lecture, he brought in a bird of prey. It flew around the warm room. Everyone was ducking for cover. It was crazy. Had to be here. That's why we left the door open. So this is Julia Wolves first. She said her favorite bonspiel experience was the 2023 Quebec International Bonspiel in Quebec City. So there are 2 center Asis guards, 1 Feldman rock in the house for Melissa McGuire to take on. McGuire loves her geriatric dog, Apollo, and is also trying to get 25 different fruits and veggies in her diet each week. If you go to a buffet, you can get 25 different fruits and veggies into your diet in one meal. But this might not be the health goal that you're going for. So, looks like Julie's being sent to deliver. I think they're trying to take out their own guard. I looks like they're trying to maybe take out the guards that are on the right, actually. There's 2 Feldman guards now. So they get rid of one, hits the boards, and then one of the guards rolls back on top of the center guards. So shot stone is exposed, but the center is very well covered. So I think they're going to try and draw around the center now. So they're called off. I thought they were trying to go around the center, but where Katie Feldman has the broom is to put a rock in front of the shot stone. But this is hot, it's going to settle in deep. And it looks like there could be a double if Asis wanted to take it on. And just remove Feldman counters. However, it appears Asis is going to opt to draw around the center cover. Wheeler indicates that she learned how to curl on Valentine's Day in 2015 with her husband and Team Aces coach Jeremy Mallory. And her favorite bonspiel experience was the 2018 Moray International Bonspiel in Elgin, Scotland. Elgin. So this is a really good draw around. Looks to be good for shot. And so Feldman's wasting no time. Excuse me. Feldman's wasting no time to clear those center guards that are not helping her. So it's going to get one of the rocks out of the way at least. Oh, made some noise. Gets the blue shot stone to the edge of the 8-foot. Still shots. And there's also another Asis blue in the top of the 8-foot. So it looks like Asis is sitting 2. So opens it up. That's a pro. A con is that Asis is now sitting 2. But Feldman also has those 2 in the back that could be brought into play. And Melissa is the teammate most likely to be wearing nail polish that matches her outfit. I think they were looking for a guard that's going to be about 4 or 5 in the zone, so it's going to slip to the top of the house. And that could be what they wanted. They maybe even wanted to freeze. Because I would think that Feldman would want to hit and roll. That does push the blue to the 4-foot. There is a potential double for Leanne Shearing to take on. Leanne loves curling, golf skating, and misrepresenting how cold it is in northern bonspiel locations in February. Looking for 1, maybe 2. Gets 1, gets 2 moving, and it looks like it rolled into the back and it jammed on a red in the back. So it did cut Aces down to 2. I believe as they take a look around the rings, there is a red in the top of the 8 foot that might outcount at least one of the Aces blues. Oh, let's switch to the overhead. Now you can see the situation. So the blue on the right looks to be definitely shots. And then the blue that's on the center line and the red that's in the top of the house, there might be some question about which is closer. It looks red to me, especially when I look at the overhead camera in the warm room. But where are these skip stones? Time flies. It's kind of fascinating. I've been broadcasting 4 games a day since Friday, and I hope I haven't run out of things to say. And I hope you guys are still entertained as Jennifer throws her first here without the hammer in the 5th. This is a little hot, perhaps, and Katie is going to see where it settles down, but does not sweep it. So, yeah, because she didn't sweep it because it didn't touch the center line until it stops. So Feldman taking a look around the rings. Definitely has to make a play on the shot stone on the button. I don't know if you can hear some of the conversation on the ice, but they were asking if Julie was awake now. So, you know, maybe these early morning draws affect the players as well as maybe some of the people in the warm room. The coach is saying that Julie is not a morning person. And I definitely sympathize. Feldman has the broom down. Leanne has the broom, you know, calling the strategy as Feldman gets set. Looking to hit the blue shot stone. Maybe roll towards the second blue on the right. This is over curling. It's close though. So it gets the shot stone. It's going to roll. It's going to roll under cover. So that was a great shot there from Feldman. Gets the shot stone out and rolls under cover. So the rocks that are around the edge of the 8 foot may not be brought into play because that red that Feldman just threw is very, very covered. And so I think Asis is going to draw, do a pretty similar shot to her last. Maybe it'd be a little lighter to block the path to the button. So they are going for, I think, lighter weights. Although this looks to be pretty similar in weight to the last shot. And it does end up in a pretty similar position. It ends up a little higher and closer to the center than Asis's last, but it's a pretty good shot. However, if Feldman punches it out and doesn't jam on the red on the right, Feldman would get 2 here, I believe. I don't see a way to get 3 or more, but that might just be a failure of imagination on my part. So the broom's down, going for a hit. Pretty similar shot to Feldman's last. Slightly different line. But this is a chance to get two and to claw her way back into this game against the undefeated team Asis. Feldman's shot is away. And they're called off. Hopefully because it's good, but this could lead to a jam situation, or it does jam, unfortunately. So it will be a steal of one. Just another unlucky shot there for Feldman. Asis is up 7-2, headed into the sixth. A possible 8 ends. And I'll be updating Boss Bueller, and I'll be right back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the championship game 1 of a possible 2 at the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Putnam's throwing her first stone as Team Feldman has the hammer. The first rock from Pitlars went through the house. Feldman's looking to put up a corner guard, looking to generate some offense. They've been knocking at the door for a couple ends, but have just not been able to push their way through, as it were. When you knock on the door, are you expecting someone to open it in this analogy? I never really thought that through. As we see Jacqueline throw her second. Looks, I think, maybe a little up weight again, so Asis could be looking to minimize the rocks in play while trying to read different paths on the ice, which is a fairly sound strategy. This one will settle in the back. Looking to draw around the center guard. So if Asis wins this game, she clinches the championship. If Feldman were to come back and win this game, she would force a game 2 at about 12:20 p.m. Pacific time, as we are in the Pacific time zone. About half of MoPac is in the Pacific time zone, the other half is in the Mountain time zone, which is why I would say that's why we're called MoPac, but I'm guessing there's other reasons why we're called MoPac. Because Mountain Pacific Curling Association, we also have MoPac time zones. We could also maybe have like MoPac time, kind of like how, you know, it's beer o'clock somewhere perhaps. That draw around is really good, by the way. That's Julie makes her first. I think looking to draw, maybe tap the red that was just thrown. Sweepers are just walking with it now. So that was a decided job. I would agree, because it's not corner frozen, but it settles right on top, about to the corner of the red. There'd be a way to get it out, but not from the open side. Feldman would have to clear the guard to pick out the blue from the side to minimize jamming. So it looks like she might be trying to draw around again, and then kind of maybe she can move the rocks around. And unfortunately, I say unfortunate, I don't think it's exactly what she wanted, because it ends up adding another guard to the pile. Well, it's the start of a pile. So Asis is calling for the peel. I'm not quite sure. It could be helping her situation. Feldman's sitting in one. One room is saying that Asis doesn't need any cards, and that's fair. But this is out wide from Wolf, and it's going to go through, I believe. Not quite sure what the she was set up for a peel, so I would say that was a missed shot. And when I talk about a missed shot, it reminds me. Some people may not know that when you watch curling on TV, especially the broadcasts from TSN or Sportsnet Canada, they show a percentage of how well or how effective players are with different shots. And what they're doing is that they have judges or referees or officials kind of judging each shot and ranking them or scoring them from a 0 to 4 based on if they made the shot. And that includes, like, you know, based on where the skip put the broom and indicated what shot they wanted. And so, like, 4 is the best, 0 is a 0. Looks like Feldman is opting to draw here. So they add up the totals and they divide it by the number of shots they threw, and that's how you get the average percentage. As McGuire throws her second, and that's where you get the percentages. So when you see it on TV, they're not making up a number necessarily. They're trying to have some objective measurement, as it were. But that's also why, like, sometimes skips might have a low percentage, because when it gets down to skip shots, either you make the shot and it's a 4, or you don't and it's a 0, and you know that difference can be pretty stark. So that McGuire rock goes deep. So it's in the back 12. It looks like. Almost a tripping hazard for the people in the house. And it looks like, trying to see where Asis has the broom set up. I think they're trying to make a hit. Also kind of based on the speed of the rock from Melissa Wheeler. So it looks like it's trying to hit the blue onto the red. The shoe is going to roll to the back and out of into the backyard, as it were, out of the house, but still in play. So it moves things around. It opens up the blue and the red on the forefoot. Blue is now definitely shot. And now the guards are not friends to Feldman. I would call them foes even. There is a red, red, blue run back, which would be fun to see happen. But I think the primary objective is to clear the guards. So Amy's called on it. This is definitely going to be more of a peel if it makes it, and it will. And the shooter rolls to the corner on the left side, and the guard is gone. One guard remains. And so Asis is looking to remove the second counter. It's not counting. It's the Feldman stone that's second in the house. So she's got the broom down for Wheeler. We have the Tour de France on TV. It's the last day of the tour. And it's the last day of this event. So, a coincidence? You ask me. Or you tell me. You can ask me. Alright, that's a good shot there. So, Brienne has one more, but they're opting not to make a play on the guard. It's possible. I would think to maybe run the red onto the blues to mix things up, but they're looking to draw at this point. And as I often say during these games, I might look at different shots, but they are the players, they're the teams on the ice. They know what each player can make. They know the ice conditions. Not quite sure. This one's coming up short, considerably short. And I think it's like there might be just something weird on the path. Like maybe it picked again and it slowed down. Because, you know, it's kind of along the same path where we've seen a couple other stones go sideways or pick. It's very odd. So Asis is going to try the draw. They're sitting 2. So in the house, high would be good. Just to make it super hard for Feldman to score in this situation. He's got the yellow jersey, so. So, shots away. Sweeping from line. So now Feldman is facing a conundrum. The lights that might stump Sherlock Holmes himself. So the tour has ended. I won't spoil it, but I think Edie may have if her voice was on the microphone. You didn't say the name though, so if you don't know the name, you're good. So one of the things that's kind of great about the sport is that people who curl are often aficionados of a lot of different sports and also off-beat sports. We had sumo on earlier. We had the tour. I turned on some sailing last night. It's kind of anywhere we can find competition and excitement. I think you'll find a curling fan. And there's some excitement here on this sheet right now. Looks like the shot is to run the red onto the blue. Or actually, I guess maybe try to attack the blues in the house directly based on where Leanne has the broom. She has the brooms just onto the outside of those blues in the house.
Right into the crotch, is that what we do? Or just hit the crotch?
I can't see the crotch at all.
So,
I thought you were going to answer that.
as Feldman said, she can't see the crotch at all. So they're going to plan B. You can see steering step up.
No, this one.
Oh goodness, she's switched sides entirely. She's now doing the long angle raise on the left side of the ice from this view. They are finding their timeouts. This is a crucial end. Feldman really needs to score to stay in this, especially with an 8-end game. So with Feldman, we should be able to hear her, so let's listen in.
Because then we're sitting here. This is what you do. Okay, whatever you like. I'm just kind of doing the this, right? We have to get it we have to get one on the button. I mean, the other option is we put it on the side corner on that and raise it here. And just forget about those.
Yeah, but it doesn't go to the button.
No, it does
Yeah.
not. It goes to outside.
It could go there, yeah. That's not a bad idea. I like that idea.
This into this one.
You can't see it. It would have to it has to curl around this to nose, and it's not gonna do that with any kind of weight.
If it goes to the inside of that, nudges it, that's okay. It flops over here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we hit the outside of it lightweight, it goes here.
Yeah. And then it's
back
yeah.
line-ish
I think back house.
back house.
We could try something really crazy.
I think it's this one.
All right.
Okay.
It's basically the same shot, just longer, right?
Right, yeah. But the angle's better.
All right. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I like that. So where do we want to get it? Right there, yeah.
And
Probably that one. Yeah.
okay. All right.
It has the timeout where has expired. Feldman's making her way back on the ice. That was a pretty interesting conversation. As they were talking about the options, and basically the left side, the rocks in the house are close to the house. Feldman either can't see the shot or she can't hit the red with enough energy to really move the blues around like she needs. So they are opting for the shot they called in the middle, the long angle raise. So this is close. It's heading back. It's a little high though, and it's actually going to try to roll on top and over and through. So that was close, but now that red rock is gone. Although Feldman does have a raise down the center, perhaps it's not as favorable as that long angle raises just tried. So Ace is going to, I think, draw basically anywhere top of the house or the guard zone is the target, as they are sitting 2, and they're holding a sizable lead at this point. This is Jennifer Ace. This is her last without the hammer here in the 6th. Set C line. This could give Feldman backing for a draw. Actually, it settles in the top 4, biting the top 4. It looks like. So, Feldman was saying that she couldn't see the crotch of the 2 stones earlier. We were looking at maybe doing a hit and roll for 1 as Feldman comes down to talk about it with Leanne. So I think they've called for the draw. Not the hit, based on where Leanne has the broom on the T line. So drawing, she said to the blue, maybe to use the blue to roll off of. So a tricky shot for 1. And Feldman's last rock here with the hammer in the 6th is away. Weight looks pretty good, out of hands. Needs to come back. Amy's going to try and coax it over. I don't think it's there, unfortunately. And it will roll wide to the edge of the 8 foot. It's a steal at 2. As they clean the rocks. And it is handshakes all around. Team Asis has run the gauntlet and emerged unscathed, undefeated, to emerge as champions of the MoPac region for women's arena. They are going to grab the golden tickets to Arena Nationals coming up in this fall, I think October, in Wisconsin. It was a hard-fought battle by Feldman, but Asis just really had the good shots this morning. Had some great shot calling, but it was a really exciting tournament all around, and it was just good to see Asis secure the win. So congratulations to Asis as the 5th player, Kathleen Elsmeyer, and Coach Jeremy Mallory go out on the ice. And they have like a 5-5 routine they're working on. And they practiced it beforehand, and it looks like they got that high 5 executed. So that's going to help wrap things up for us here at Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club. We had some great curling throughout the weekend. If you want to watch the replays, they're all on our MoPac YouTube channel. Definitely stay tuned to the MoPac Facebook page for more information about Team Asis' journey to Nationals. There's also a possibility that Feldman could get a second berth to nationals, depending on how many teams throughout the country enter the tournament, how many regions enter the tournament. So stay tuned for that. And definitely come back here the third weekend of August, the weekend of the 23rd, where we will have the men's arena playdowns, where teams from throughout the region will try to get their ticket to Arena Nationals. So for all of us here at MoPac, Lake Tahoe, Epic Curling, and DoubleTakeout.com, this is your host Ryan Olson for the last time saying good day and good curling. We'll see you next time.